Hello Cambridge and welcome to Fresh Ideas from Whole Foods Market. So, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
So today we are talking about special diets with our special guest, Branden Predki, is that correct?
Yes, that is
Predki.
correct.
So he's a produce team leader from our Prospect Street location. Hey Branden, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So, and then of course we have Dina,
Hello.
our tireless producer and marketing specialist for the Cambridge and Somerville locations. And then I'm your marketing team leader for the Cambridge and Somerville locations as well. But really good to see all of you. I hope you had a good holiday. And I hope you had a good new year and you're having a good new year.
Yeah.
But now, everyone's, after all that partying
Right.
and all that excessive entertaining that we've been talking about for months, now it's time to lock in those special diets, right?
That's right.
Yep.
I think so. Are you?
Take a hard look at ourselves and,
Yeah.
you know, how do we want to behave food-wise in the new year?
Talk about our resolutions. Talk about feeding our resolutions.
That's right.
And how we're gonna do so. Did you make a resolution, Branden?
I haven't made any resolutions. I honestly, I've been so busy. I've been so trying to catch up from the holiday season. I haven't really sat down. But my resolutions kind of usually go out the window. So maybe if I wait like a week or two until I really get set in 2018 and take it from there.
Yeah, you don't have to make it right at the beginning of January, right?
When we were talking earlier, you had an interesting idea, though. Resolution versus, why don't you explain?
Versus goals, yeah.
Yeah.
Resolutions, everyone sets them. That's what people do for New Year's Eve. However, that's kind of taking a look at yourself and saying, I want to change myself. Whether it be something internally or externally. I've kind of read an article about setting New Year's goals. So not just resolutions. So instead of changing yourself, actively doing something and trying to change other factors versus yourself.
That makes sense.
It's kind of a different way to put it.
Sounds realistic.
Yeah.
Because how many people like break their resolutions?
Yep. And it's like,
Many.
It's like, oh, I broke my resolution. No problem. Oh, I didn't meet my goal. Sounds a lot worse.
That's true. That's true. Making me feel bad about breaking my resolutions, Branden.
Already? What's today's date?
I know. I know it's going to happen. All right, so Branden, tell us a little bit about Prospect Street Store, what you do there, what you like about it.
Yeah. Well, I've been with the company for 4 months. I am the produce team trainer.
Oh, cool.
Basically, my job is to just make sure the floor is stocked full of fruits and vegetables. Make sure if anyone has any questions about the fruits or vegetables, I'm there to answer them. I need to know what I'm talking about, especially if I'm working there. I've learned a lot. You look at these vegetables and, oh yeah, I've seen these, but what do I do? How do I cook these? How do I prepare them? I still have a lot to learn, but it's been a great 4 months and I'm looking forward to the future.
Very cool. That's exciting.
Well, and what about team trainer, though, too, don't you? That's an important part of your job.
Absolutely. So whenever we get a new hire, my job is to kind of run them through just a shift, depending on a morning, swing, or close. Make sure they know what to do, how to close up, how to properly take care of vegetables, maintain the organic integrity. We're really big on that. We need to make sure that organic products are staying organic, and kind of just catch everyone up. They kind of dump the role on me at the end of the year, and it's like, oh, it's the end of the year, we need you to train, do all these tests. But it's great.
Oh, that's cool.
I like it.
And that's important to make sure that we keep our organic integrity.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
I think that's something we don't talk enough about. So.
I think it's also a lot more complicated than we realize, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
For doing all that. So yeah, let's get into the show. We have a busy show tonight. So we're going to talk about what we talked about is Feed Your Resolution, January. And then we're going to talk about special diets. So let's talk about vegan, paleo, gluten-free, and the whole foods diet. Then we'll go through Branden's picks, of course, which will be really fun. So first we'll go into what is vegan? Branden, can you tell us a little bit about vegan and what that means?
Yeah, just veganism is just about cruelty-free living is like how I like to put it. No animal products from animal, no meat, cheese, dairy, milk. Honey is another one that's tough. I guess I should have mentioned that I am vegan during my introduction, but yeah, this is why I'm here.
Well, it's good to have an expert.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Now, some vegans do honey, some vegans don't, right?
Oh, that's a tough
Is that
one.
a thing?
It's a very divisive subject. I don't it's tough. I don't go out of my way to avoid honey. If it's organic and I do some research on the company and get a good idea of what they're going for in their mission statement, then yeah, honey, but I'm not going like, oh, I gotta have honey. Agave is a great substitute for that.
Right. Yeah. Agave is really sweet.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it works.
It does
work.
Yeah.
But yeah.
When you have to have something sweet.
Very cool. And when you talk about like meat alternatives, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like what you do as a vegan.
Yes.
For me, I've been vegan just over a year, and it was tough at first. Going from vegetarian to vegan, I would do like 1 week on, 1 week off, and then one day my girlfriend and I, let's just do it. Let's just make the jump, do it all. And a lot of companies are coming up with these meat alternatives. I don't know if anyone here has heard of the Beyond Burger. It's fantastic.
Who hasn't heard about the Beyond
my.
Burger?
Yep.
It made a lot of waves last year. Remember
Oh,
that? It was all over the place.
It made a lot of waves, and it made a lot of room in my refrigerator to be cleared for the Beyond Burger.
Absolutely. That was fun to try out at
In my
cookouts
freezer.
this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun to try out at cookouts. Just my friends were like, oh, like this is the first year I've been doing it, so I was like, yeah, oh, what are you eating? The Beyond Burger. Like, have a bite. And it was just, they couldn't tell the difference, and they use beet juice to kind of get like the when you're cooking a burger, medium rare and a little bit of blood. But it's great, and they just announced they just announced the Beyond sausage, peppers, and onions is one of my favorite fair foods. I'm looking forward to trying that when it comes out.
They do such a great job.
They do.
The Beyond Meat people, right?
Yeah.
Like
They
it's
do.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
And so like satisfying.
It is.
Right?
I was gonna say, it is incredibly satisfying.
Because I'm a big meat eater, but I like the stuff. Like I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, let's go over a couple vegan recipes.
Absolutely.
Should we? That'll be fun. Or what do we got next, Tina?
Well, we have
You tell me.
we have Brandon's
Oh yeah,
picks.
let's do his picks first.
Yeah,
Here.
because we wanted to find out
There you
what's what's
All right.
exciting to him.
Yeah. So my main thing, especially when I'm working a shift at Whole Foods, I can always run down if I don't have it. But tofurkey and chow cheese sandwiches. I grew up eating a lot of brown bag lunch at school. My dad packed my lunch every day, and turkey and cheese sandwiches, a little bit of mustard and potato chips. Fantastic. And tofurkey have a bunch of different options, such as like oven roasted, peppered, and for cheese I eat chow cheese.
Chow cheese. I've never heard of it.
Chow.
It's really good. It's coconut cheese with a little bit of their tofu in there. I don't know the exact details.
Oh, okay.
I didn't care for it at first.
No.
That's the thing with veganism. For me, I wasn't super into it at first, but as your taste buds change, as you try different things, you kind of, I like that, and then revisiting a lot of these items has been great. And it's my favorite cheese right now.
Chow cheese.
We actually brought the chow cheese too.
Oh really?
It's right here.
Oh, let's look
It's
at it.
hiding up in the front.
Yes, it's hiding.
Oh, I see
Here
it.
we are.
There it is.
It's great.
Delish.
There are different
Does it melt?
flavors. Different flavors.
When we put it under a broiler, that's when it gets
Then
melted.
it'll get melty.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have like a cayenne
That's
one.
the test.
Yeah.
I've had the cayenne one.
that?
It's very tasty.
Cayenne's great on nachos. Throw them under the broiler, but the melting is the test for a lot of these cheeses. Yeah. Beyond Burgers is another one of my picks. It's great for barbecues. It cooks real nice. Taste-wise, it's very similar, almost scarily similar. And for me, it's not always about the meat substitutes.
Right.
Black beans, for example, you can throw them in fajitas, tacos, burritos, rice and bean burritos. I don't need to have my chicken in there. I could just throw in some black beans, season up with a little bit of cayenne, garlic.
Yeah, and there's plenty of substance there.
Yeah,
right?
a lot.
I love black beans. They're so good.
Fiber and protein, it's there.
They're really filling too. It's I think some people think if you're eating a vegan diet that you're eating lettuce.
Yeah.
It's really not true.
And I think beans get a bad rep. They come in a can, but you take them, you prepare them right, they're amazing. There's you don't need.
But you can also buy
dried beans.
and
beans.
soak them.
Yeah.
Yes, if you have a few hours or a
If you have some time.
a snowstorm or
Oh.
Fill down there.
So
Right. Well, yeah. Let's watch a couple vegan videos. That's kind of fun to say.
Yes,
So
vegan
we're gonna watch
videos.
a couple vegan videos. It's gonna be really fun. And then we're gonna be back to chat about it. Or we might chat through it, sometimes we do. You never really know, right? Okay, here we go. Start with that bowl. Oh, and then you keep going with it.
Yeah.
And then you move on to a vegan chili, which is perfect for this weather, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Smoothies
goodness.
in the morning, chilies at night.
Yeah, right?
And lentils
Oh.
cook up quickly. You don't have to soak them in advance. And,
Oh, that's good.
and
Yeah.
there's different kinds. There's the brown ones and the...
All kinds.
Yeah.
Well, let's watch how she makes this chili. It'll be fun. Oh, she's talking.
Time of year, and you can keep things healthy with this no oil vegan lentil chili. The first move is to chop up an onion. This chili is also really fast, even though you're cooking lentils from scratch. It's on the table in about 45 minutes. Okay, I'm going to use this as my opportunity to turn the burner on. And that will get nice and hot as I cut up the red pepper. So now the Dutch oven is nice and hot. You'll just pop these veggies in. This is a technique we call steam frying, and you really want the vegetables to start to stick to the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to let them cook for a little while, resist the urge to stir, chop 5 cloves garlic. I'm going to give the veggies just a little bit longer, and I want them to really start to stick to the bottom, start to brown a little bit, and then I'll give them a splash of veggie broth, and I'll add the garlic. This is your opportunity to really develop some nice caramelized flavor on the onions and the peppers, so don't skip this part. It is looking just about ready. I'm going to go ahead and add a splash of broth. Give it a good stir here. Make sure you're scraping up any little brown bits on the bottom of the pan. Now we will add some chili powder. We'll do 4 teaspoons. And then we'll go ahead and add the garlic. Give it a little stir here. Okay, once that is all mixed in, we'll add everything else. You'll use 1 pound of brown lentils. Now you'll go in with 2 cans of diced tomatoes. Get the no salt added kind, just so that you can control your own sodium levels. I'm gonna give these a little stir. And then you'll add the rest of the veggie broth. So a total of 8 cups. Give this a stir, and then you'll bring this whole mixture up to a boil. You want it to really get going, and then you'll adjust the heat down to a simmer and let it cook for about 30 minutes. This looks awesome. And it's thickened up. The lentils are cooked, but not too mushy. I'm gonna let it keep going as I chop up some cilantro. You'll need about 1/4 cup. Cilantro is a really classic chili garnish, and this one will just stir it right in. You can always add more at the table. Super simple and satisfying lentil chili.
Mmm.
That sounds
That looks
positively
so
great.
good.
Right about now, where is the chili?
Where's the chili? Oh, I want some of that chili. She always makes everything look so easy, you know?
She does.
She really does.
But I think in this case it is easy. you
Yeah,
know?
right? Super easy.
And the avocado garnish is really, avocados are in right now.
Are they?
Yes,
They're a big
healthy
deal.
fats.
Delicious, healthy fat.
Yes, and they're
Well,
really filling.
We can start talking about paleo.
We absolutely
Yeah.
can.
So here, let's go into paleo.
Right, so the paleo diet, it's centered around lean meat and seafood, fruits and veggies, and nuts and seeds. So the emphasis is to eat, the food in its natural state, and also not to have grains or legumes or foods that have refined sugar in it, dairy, and anything that is highly processed, or has highly processed oils. So basically, again, you're eating whole foods. That's your emphasis.
Okay.
And you can tell that a food is paleo, like a packaged food. Obviously, collard greens is going to be paleo, and meat is going to be paleo, and fish. But there are signs on or symbols on the foods, and we brought. It's hard to see, but we brought foods that have various symbols on them, and on the last screen you could see the paleo symbol,
Oh,
so that you
okay.
could actually look and see. I mean,
That right there.
like so. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, and so it just helps you if you want to strictly adhere
It makes
to
it easy,
Yeah.
Right.
right? And not have to look everything up on your phone while
Right.
you're shopping.
Yeah, all the
forever.
ingredients
Yeah.
going through. It's like, I don't know what this is. They got the stamp there. They have it ready for you.
That's
Yum.
right. Delicious.
Very delicious. Well, should we look at a video
We absolutely
about
should.
paleo?
We
That'll
absolutely
be
should.
fun. Okay, we'll do that. So let's see. Do either of you eat paleo?
No.
Well, obviously. not.
No, I mean, I sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, a big thing now, and we're about to see in the video. The video has cauliflower rice, and
Ooh.
the Zoodles and cauliflower rice are great substitutes
It's like a big deal right now.
for the rice and grains.
Well, yeah, let's look. Be quick and fun. Well, that looks good. It's really quick too.
It does.
It looks delicious.
Cauliflower rice is also very in right now. Very
Yeah.
versatile.
Yep.
I have
great.
never used it. So I
It's
don't
great
really know.
raw. It's great sautéed.
I've had
It's
broccoli
really
rice,
delicious.
but not cauliflower rice.
Oh,
It's really delicious.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
Lots of recipes on our Whole Foods Market website.
Yeah, and you don't even have to like rice it yourself. You can just buy it in a bag.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
already riced.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which is great. All right, well, there's paleo. Let's talk about gluten-free.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many diets. All right, so gluten-free diet that excludes any foods with gluten. So rye, barley, oat. What is it?
Triticale.
Triticale.
Yes.
Never heard of that. Tell me about that, Dina.
Well, I don't know a lot about it actually.
Okay.
I mean, it's one of the grains, and I think it's an ancient grain.
Oh, okay.
So.
It's very cool.
It is
But
very
most packaged foods are labeled. If they're gluten-free, there's the labels that Dina included on all these slides, which makes it easy again.
Yep.
Yes. And increasingly, there's lots more gluten-free products for those people who can't eat.
Well, it's become
So-
more and more of like a recognized
Yes.
like thing.
Yeah.
A recognized, even if it's not like life-threatening. Like a lot of people just simply become uncomfortable when they're eating gluten.
That's
And so,
right. That's right.
You know, so it's nice to have all those different options that are actually pretty tasty.
You know, a lot of vegan stuff gets paired with the gluten-free. A lot of the products that I eat are also gluten-free. And at first it was kind of, I'm not sure how this tastes, but over time it's great. And for me, there's really no telling the difference at this point.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Should we watch a gluten-free video?
We absolutely should.
I think we should. All right, that'll be fun. So another video. All right, here we go. There's more of those Zoodles.
Oh, that's what
I know. And
Those
you know,
are popular. Huh?
they're really, it's really good. I tried it. I was a little skeptical, but I tried it. It's quite good.
Did you Zoodle your own Zoodles, Tina?
I actually did because I have one of those gizmos that allows
Oh,
you to do that.
You have a Zoodler?
I
Is
have
that
a
what they call
zoodler.
them?
They call them spiralizers.
Oh, they should call them Zoodlers.
I think that
Yeah.
is totally equivalent.
I would be way more into Zoodles if I had a
I
I think
Zoodler.
so.
It's fantastic. It seems arduous. If it's called a Zoodler, yeah, let's take it up. Let's see what we can do.
Exactly.
And you
I
can
love
you
it.
can zoodle, butternut squash, and I've done beets, and I mean lots of different vegetables are
All kinds
terrific.
of things.
Yes.
Zoodle mania.
Yes,
All right, so let's talk about the last diet that we're going to talk about today.
that's
And
right.
that is the Whole Foods diet. Pretty fun. Written by John Mackey, our CEO. Well,
Right.
but still. An approach to plant-based eating, 28-day eating program.
Right.
Recipes, success stories, plant-based diet movement. That was like the whole RIP thing too, right? Rip Esselstyn?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
very like plant-based diet driven.
Yes.
And simplifies the huge body of research about eating a whole foods plant-based diet. So really driving that home,
That's right.
Well,
Well, I think there's really been a very large push over the last few years about eating foods in their natural state,
Yes.
so
Right.
that you know what it that you when you're eating a beet, it actually looks
it's a
like
beet. It looks like a beet.
Or-
It tastes like a beet. You know where it comes from. It's a beet.
Even if you're taking a zucchini and making it into noodles,
Into a zoodle.
you still know it's a zucchini. And
beet zoodle. Can you zoodle beets?
yes, you can. They're delicious.
Keep an eye on that. Might be the next big Zoodle.
I know, this
Vegetable.
little craze.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's watch a little more about the Whole Foods diet.
That's
all right?
right.
Just to, I don't know, just to see more of what we're talking about.
I grew up in the 50s and 60s in Houston, Texas, eating the standard American diet, and I was a very picky eater. My food consciousness didn't awake until I was about 23. I moved into this vegetarian co-op in Austin. When I got to the co-op, I got it. I started reading books about healthy eating. I found my path. I didn't know it at the time, but this was really the purpose of my life. There's a great deal of confusion about what healthy eating is. However, there is a growing scientific consensus. If you look at the research, it gets very, very clear. Eating a whole foods diet or something very similar to it is the healthiest diet. The whole foods diet is a real foods diet where people are eating real foods, mostly plants. Once you start eating real foods, you begin to feel better fairly quickly. Life can be this wonderful adventure of wellness and vitality if we will re-educate our palates and our taste buds. There's no loss in pleasure. It's just about teaching yourself to love the healthiest foods in the world.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Teaching yourself to love food and food as it comes, right?
That's
Pretty
right.
simple philosophy, really.
It is.
Or
Makes it
simple
easy.
enough, anyway. You know?
Well, I think now too with, with the web and all the different, ways we can find out about food, it's so much easier. You can go into a store and like Whole Foods and you can take home a beet and figure out what to do with it,
Yeah.
So.
I know, I was scared of beets for a really long time. Yeah. Without a Zoodler. But then I figured it out, and I love beets. Well, I loved them anyway, but I would only order them in a restaurant,
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I wouldn't prepare them myself.
I think that it's opened up, at least for me, and also, our website has like 4,000 recipes now, just to let you know. You go to wholefoodsmarket.com, and also, we've talked about a lot of these different diets, and if you want to find out more information about them, because we basically just scratched the surface, you can start at our website, and we have a blog on our website, and we have lots of recipes and great articles.
Well, and you can find out what works for you.
Exactly.
And like you were saying when you started, like it wasn't really, like might not have been for you, but you went like vegetarian, then vegan, then vegetarian, and that's kind of cool, like thinking about that, like approaching a diet that way.
That's
And
right.
seeing what works for you.
So get out there and try some new foods. Don't be afraid of them. Get a Zoodler and see what works for you.
I love it.
And we're glad to help when you come in the store too.
Yeah. There's plenty of
We
all
like
these little
food.
things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we all like food.
Yeah, we like it a little bit,
That's something we all have in common, I think.
Yeah.
All right, well, what else? Any takeaways?
Well, I think that it's, as Brandon said, explore.
Explore. Try something new. Set some goals instead of resolutions. If your resolutions don't work, try goals. See what works for you.
Right, and then simply, like John Mackey said, just enjoy your food.
That's
really
right.
enjoy your food, eat real food, and you know what? We will see you next time. Thank you, Cambridge. Have a wonderful
great
night.
day.
Bye.